out here looking for some yellows. There'll be a lot of boats out here looking for the birds. Hey, what's up? What's happening? Here we go. Get them. See if we can find them. Little pup.
Morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California, where there's a few little sprinkles in the air. This morning, I look down there toward Huntington Beach, and there's a light rain falling, it looks like. Not bad at all. It's a little breezier here this morning. Cool temperatures, probably about 64 degrees here. But the ocean still looks absolutely beautiful. In just a little while, I'll be out here hitting the surf and doing my thing. And I'll bring you along for the ride. So stay tuned today for some surf fishing updates as we'll continue to keep you up to date. If you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you can do that. Also share these videos with a friend. We love it when you subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. 13,000 of you have done it now, 13,000 plus, and I can't thank you enough. And tick the bell, you'll be notified when there is new content. You can also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. We are on all of those great social media channels for you to access us every single day. Wow, we got to talk bluefin tuna. We got to talk south of the border yellowtail. There's been a fair amount of yellowtail here and at the Coronado Islands. And when I say here, I'm talking San Clemente Island, some seen at Catalina Island. Rock fishing's been tremendous. We're getting a sign of white sea bass. But what really happened here recently and what's going to happen today, you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? I really needed that this morning. It is a beautiful morning. I'll tell you, we had such a great time last night at Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California with my friend Sam De La Torre on, of course, Tackle Shop Confessions. Go back and watch that show. That was an absolute ball. Right before Tackle Shop Confessions, there was a lovely couple at Island Fishing Tackle, and they were really thrilled to meet me. I was wondering about them. You know, you shouldn't be so thrilled to just meet me. But the reality is I was thrilled to meet them. I could see what a great couple and what two great people they really were, and I can't thank you enough for going out of your way yesterday to say hello to me. It means the world to me, and I deeply appreciate it, and I hope to see you really, really soon, whether we're out fishing or grabbing lunch or whatever. It was really nice to meet you. All right, my friends, and also I want to announce that we have a major sponsor that has just come on board with us, and that is Promar Ahi. And of course, they have all kinds of different products. Many of you are familiar with their hoop netting products, but they also have gaffs and nets, and they have the assault jigs and so much more. And I got a little secret for you. In stores tomorrow, they have a brand new fluorocarbon, and it is Ahi GT4. Ahi GT4. May the 1st, it will be in a lot of different tackle stores, so go to your local tackle store, pick some up, and see what you think. I've already started to fish with it, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to surf fish with it here this morning and give it another try and be reporting on that to you all. But go to your local tackle store. The Ahi GT4 fluorocarbon is available tomorrow, and you're going to want to check it out. You get 10 extra feet of line for a lower price, and it's high quality fluorocarbon. You're going to love it. If they don't carry it at your local tackle store, ask them to give Promar Ahi a call and get it in there so you can enjoy the discount and the superior quality of the G4 fishing line. All right, let's get into it with you all. And I got to tell you, we'll go south of the border. You saw my friend Louis Prieto on the lead in, searching around for birds, looking for yellowtail, right there inside Ensenada Bay. Now, Ensenada, 70 miles below the border, from the Tijuana border. You drive down there, It's a gorgeous drive, and it's a beautiful little town. And the yellowtail bite in there has been up and down. It goes down a lot on the weekends because there's so many boats that descend on it. And because that yellowtail has been inside the bay, very close to where everybody leaves from to get to it, you get a lot of boats on it. Now, it's been in the bay because we've had warm water in the bay, and that warm water has attracted those yellowtail in there. Outside, you still have some really chilly water, 54, 55-degree water, so those yellows have been hanging out in the warm water. Some guys got them. Many guys missed yesterday. Today's a whole nother day, and that's really the way it's been. You can hardly gauge what's going to happen today based on what happened yesterday. Kind of a down day. I saw Ignacio Nacho over there from Blackfin had one nice yellowtail. A couple of other guys I know had some yellows, but it was a tough day for most people, so we'll keep our eyes on it for you very, very closely. Speaking of Louis Prieto, by the way, it's for reals sport fishing. It's for real sport fishing. Louis was telling me that he had a fin whale come up next to him inside Ensenada Bay. By the way, if you're a whale watcher, there's all kinds of whales inside the bay right now. Louis was telling me they're blowing everywhere. This fin whale came right up next to him, put its fin in the air, and Louis said, "Oh my God, the freaking fin is higher than my boat. This is an enormous creature." And all of a sudden, it started to dive down and beeline right for, it's for real sport fishing, right for the boat, and literally scratched itself on the bottom of the boat and then glided down into the deep abyss. Wow, that is one heck of a great adventure encounter. That is really crazy stuff. Louis, I love it, man. Thanks for sharing that with us all. All right, so you got Mexico kind of under control, and those yellows continue to flood up this way. We'll talk about how that is going as we go along here. Bluefin tuna. A couple days ago, again, we get a very significant sign of life. 120 miles from Point Loma, we saw two boats come up with some great catches. 61 bluefin tuna on board the Shogun, while the Polaris Supreme had 35 bluefin tuna. The American Angler was on it the subsequent night and only scratched out a handful of bluefin tuna. So we're seeing this up and down, mostly down, to be perfectly candid with you. Again, we're not really catching bluefin on any consistent basis by SoCal-based boats quite yet. Now, this is not necessarily a reason to be concerned. I mean, this bluefin, in many years, shows up in June and bites really well right on through the wintertime months. So we'll just have to see if this is a different year and the fish are going to arrive later, or if it's going to be problematic for the rest of the year. I mean, these are all great possibilities on this bluefin tuna. The bluefin that they were catching were mostly in the, I want to say, 20 to 60 pound class on both those boats. Same thing on the American Angler. It's been primarily a nighttime bite. Those guys saw those fish during the daytime, but they were reluctant to bite. Very few bites in the daytime. It was mostly a nighttime bite. So that is going to mean, of course, that you are fishing with jigs anywhere from 300-400 gram jigs, dropping when the captain tells you to drop to the exact depth that it tells you to drop, and then winding on it fast. So we'll see. I haven't heard anything that went on last night. It could be that I'm putting something up in post-production as I did yesterday. And again, that's why we have shorts. That's why we have Facebook. That's why we have Instagram. We'll keep you updated throughout the day. If anything else happens, we'll be letting you know. But the bluefin tuna situation showing signs of promise and life, yet it doesn't stay consistent. So we'll have to see. Maybe we'll get a few more boats on it. We'll get it located, the bigger part of the school, and be able to focus more attention on it. We'll see how that all goes. All right, some really good signal at the Coronado Islands 2 days ago, where the San Diego, I believe, had 25 yellows, and the Liberty had 26 yellowtail, and they were beautiful, great fish. A lot of it in that 15 to 20 pound category, eating the yo-yo iron, super good. Yesterday, San Diego back there again, only 5 yellowtail, but we're starting to see the season come together. This is not really uncommon for early spring. The gas pedal, you all of a sudden somebody steps on the gas and whoa, here it goes. We're on, man. It's going to be solid yellows for the rest of the year. And then somebody takes their foot off of the gas and we see this kind of fishing, kind of inconsistent, starting to happen. It's the very beginning of the season. So the water temperatures are fluctuating and they're just barely to the temp up over 60 degrees, sometimes not even that, where these fish and their metabolism starts to really run and they feed more and they become more aggressive and they'll start to eat the surface iron. But for right now, it's kind of, on again, off again. So what does that suggest? Probably the San Diego is going to have a big day today, maybe the Liberty also. Again, those guys are running down some bird schools of fish at the Coronado Islands where you do need a passport because you will find yourself in Mexican waters. It's very close to home. North Island's only 11 miles, I think, from Point Loma, and then you get down to the rock pile and it's 22 miles, as I remember. I may be a little bit off on that, but it's not far at all, and you are fishing and catching yellowtail. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that's going to continue. Let's just continue on the yellowtail theme. Not many boats out yesterday, but we've seen a good sign at San Clemente Island. That's about a 60-mile run for most LA Orange County-based boats. The Amigo had 5 nice fish, really good grade yellowtail, those 18 to 20 pounders. And other guys had a fish or two, like the Freedom had a fish, and there was a couple other guys. I think the Fury out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing had a yellowtail. They're all able to kind of pad their count with some great rock fishing, which I'll get into in a moment. But there are a few yellows around. They see them bouncing around at Catalina Island from time to time on board the Pursuit and the El Patron. So we will continue to watch that for you. Speaking of the El Patron, on May the 9th, we have a trip with a few openings left. If you'd like to join us, all you have to do is send me a text for one of those last spots. We're going 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. May the 9th on the El Patron at a Long Beach Sport Fishing. Send me a text. I'll get you on there, 657-227-6459. And don't forget, the El Patron is running daily to Catalina Island. Special discounted prices on Monday for you. And of course, their weekends get full in a hurry. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get on the El Patron. So, yellows up and down the coast. That's a good sign. Hopefully, that is going to continue. While we're kind of doing this by species today, I don't know why, but let's talk halibut. And we've seen some okay halibut fishing down south of here. So I'm talking about from San Diego to Dana Wharf, areas like that, Long Beach, San Pedro. There's been, okay local halibut fishing. Most of the guys are focused on rockfish. Now, the Pride, however, on an overnight trip here recently at 17 halibut up in the Channel Islands, their halibut scores have been down here recently, but they're just getting back to some good conditions and weather. And that really has been the best area for halibut fishing up there in the Channel Islands. Dropper loop is perhaps the best way to fish for halibut, but I would defer to your crew. Some guys on different boats prefer to fish it differently, and after all, they're out there every single day, so they ought to know exactly what to do. So halibut fishing also kind of down. It's been down the last day or so. It's not been anything crazy. In terms of exotics, the rock fishing, stellar, which I'll talk about in a moment, but everything else has been kind of hit and miss. White sea bass, Channel Islands for sure, are the epicenter. We had a boat like the Endeavor last week run off 3 days in a row of limits of white sea bass, which is 1 white sea bass per rod right now. And nice fish. Were some school-sized fish, 12-pounders, but there was some much bigger fish also kicked in there. High hopes that is going to start to bite again up there. It's been hit and miss up there in Santa Barbara. They've had some good sea bass and halibut fishing. It's been a little bit slower here the last 24 hours for sure. Same thing there at Ventura and surrounding areas. So maybe the exotics will kick in here today. I would love to see that happen. All right. I don't know why we did it that way, but it's kind of cool, right? We cover where the halibut, the sea bass, and the yellows and the tuna are biting. Rockfish, omnipresent up and down the Southern California coast. We've seen nothing short of absolutely wonderful fishing going on for rockfish. It has been spectacular. Those are some of the finest eating fish in the sea. I don't know how you can beat it. Great rock fishing from San Diego-based landings right on up here to Dana Wharf and Oceanside. I don't even mention places because everybody's getting Redondo, San Pedro, guys like the Pursuit going to Catalina Island doing really well. El Patron going to Catalina Island doing really well. Guys that are at San Clemente looking for that yellowtail, falling back on the rockfish if they have to. And all these local boats, Monte Carlo, have been doing great. Also, up there at Ventura Sport Fishing, they have a new great discount here in the month of May. If you buy a full fare, your next guy goes for half price. And don't forget, kids fish free up there out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Island Spirit, Californian, trying to go tomorrow you ought to jump on board there and give it a try, especially with this discount. Take a buddy. The second guy goes for half. You work it out, and you're going fishing with some quality big rockfish up there at Ventura Sport Fishing. 805-676-3474. There has been some spectacular, excellent, wonderful fishing up there for rockfish, no question about it. There's Lupe going by, Miss saying hello and good morning to her. So once again, seeing some really good stuff, no question about it. The surf looks pretty good here today. Pretty big sets rolling in here, but I think we can handle this. We'll be giving GT4 or the GT4 new fluorocarbon a look here this morning. We'll be fishing bait and lures and seeing if we can't come up with something. We're going to have a surf fishing day here really soon, so I'll be letting you know about that. There's been some yellowfin croaker. There's been a few more corbina taken in here. I'm hoping for a halibut in another hour or so, as I'll be throwing one of the new Promar jigs in here and seeing if I can't get a bite on that. And once again, we'll continue to watch this surf fishing bite for you very closely. By the way, guys are catching thresher sharks off the pier right now. The guys from the sharking crew have been doing really great. Julian Licia has been doing fantastic, catching all kinds of thresher sharks. And you saw him release that thresher. That's great stuff. But he says it really gets his adrenaline going to see those fish come out of the water and put on an aerial display. Thresher shark fishing in Southern California. We are so blessed to have that fishery, and they're really good eating. If you don't want to return them, they are good eating. But what a thrill it is to catch. It's like catching a marlin off the pier. Seriously, it is. You don't believe me? Ask Julian. He'll tell you about it. It's really spectacular. Don't forget Big Fish Bait and Tackle. You can get all your bait needs taken care of. Man, you can pick up your ghost shrimp or your worms or anything else you need right there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. This month, I should say tomorrow, or this month, let's talk about this month. They have a tournament. It's free to enter. 21-inch Corvina is the leader right now. If it holds up for another day, that gentleman or lady is going to win a new custom rod. That is some really great stuff. Beautiful surf fishing rod. Next month, we're gunning for halibut, everybody. It's going to be the Flatfish. Biggest halibut gets a new custom fishing rod from Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. If you have tax needs, unfiled taxes, or you need help with your taxes, nobody better than Tim Marquez. Make sure you give Tim a call at A Best Income Tax. And also, if you have heating and or air conditioning needs, you want to go to our friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Two finer men you will never, ever meet. I'll guarantee you that. All right, my friends, we're going to continue to watch this for you very closely. A lot going on. And hopefully, fishing bounces back. Great rock fishing. You want to fill the freezer with some really great eating fish, or just throw one heck of a fish taco feast. You should get out and take advantage of it while you can. Have a great morning. Don't forget your local tackle stores, the Ahi GT4 for you all. And of course, if I don't see you on the beach here this morning, surf fishing, I hope to see you really soon.
This May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, get ready for an adventure-packed weekend at the West Coast Outdoors Sport Fishing Expo. Taking place at the Ventura Fairgrounds, it's everything outdoors under the sun. Discover the latest in boats, explore thrilling charters, and dive into the world of RVs. Whether you're an avid angler or just love the great outdoors, there's something for everyone. For more information, visit sportfishingexpo.com.